This is Cheryl Hazzard. Last Christmas, not this one, not this year, the one before, I got my period on Christmas, and I couldn't afford to get more pads. And I bled through my underwear and the outfit I was wearing, and it got blood on the couch. Not a huge amount of it, but it got blood on the couch at my parents' house. Mom made a big deal out of it, and I was embarrassed. And all she cared about was the couch. She didn't care that I was embarrassed. She didn't ask me, "How are you doing?" All she cared about was that stupid couch. And yes, I'm going to call it stupid couch because it's not even a comfortable couch. My brother was the one to go out and get me some tampons because I needed it. And I doubt that was the most fun thing for him to do. But he did it for me, which I appreciated. My dad was the one that said he had never really liked that couch anyway. I think he realized Mom was making a big deal out of the couch, and I think he understood what was going on, but he didn't fully verbalize that. But I think he made some effort to show he understood what was going on and something about how I was feeling. But they kind of sat there and let Mom make a big deal out of it, and I finally fired back at Mom. Because I thought, what, you've never had a period before in your life? Nothing ever went wrong while you were on your period one time in your life? So I fired back. I felt like I didn't have enough protection for myself, so I fired back. They said that I'm supposed to be this super exceptional person, but on that day that I arrived for Christmas at my parents' house, I was on my period and I was stressed out. And I had nothing in me left to deal with that. Women get their periods. And some of them, they could afford to buy themselves pads and then pads for 50 women. And there was me, and I couldn't even afford the pads I needed. And it was Christmas Day. And that's usually the day where I end up on the receiving end of usually good things like clothing, maybe some money. And I think Dad did give me some money, so right after that I was probably able to buy more pads. But I couldn't afford to go out. At the time, I couldn't go out because I was embarrassed. My stuff leaked, and I was worried about being embarrassed out in public. And I had just been through it. My mom wants compassion when she's going through something, and I try and give it. But she showed me none. And I was to the point where it was hard to breathe that day, too. So I think symptoms of anemia were taking over as well because I was iron deficient as well, and I was losing blood. I like to help people out, and I like to caretake, and I like to help. But the sad thing is, I've gotten to the point where, yes, I resent trying to help people who treat me like that. I resented trying to help my mom and having her treat me the way she just treated me at Christmas. And I was dreading going over there this year, and I was praying to God I didn't have my period on Christmas, and thankfully I got that blessing of not having my period on Christmas this year. Although I happened to get it on Dad's birthday this year. It's like, what am I supposed to say to my mom? Gee, I'm sorry I'm a female and I don't have a ton of money? This is Cheryl Hazzard speaking.